Hey guys, it's me here. I'm just going to do a summary of the Kelly Elliott's Cherished. I will be doing a book review of this probably later on today before I go to bed or tomorrow morning. I'm not feeling very well today, so I'm not going to do a lot of videos, but I am uploading some videos today from yesterday, so there should be 2 videos up today. One's already gone up, one is still uploading, and I need to edit and make sure I've got the links in the description. This is the summary, because in the summary videos I'm going to just tell you basically what the book's about, and I'll do a separate video of the spoilers and about the actual story, so it should only be a few minutes long. And if you want the link to the Kindle of the book online and the audiobook, which I normally put the link to it, I won't put it in the summary video, I'll put it in the actual review, which will be up probably later today or tomorrow. So this is Cherished by Elliott. This is actually the one I'm reading at the moment. I've only got like an hour left. I will finish it properly later today, but I'm rewatching Pretty Lies at the moment. I'm rewatching every episode of every season because we've got episode 10 coming on Wednesday, for me on Wednesday. For you guys it's Tuesday night, so to find out who A is, so that's why I'm watching that. Anyway, I'm going to just give you a summary of this. I'm reading this at the moment. I've only got like an hour left of it and I'll be doing a review of it then. This is the 4th one in the Wanted series. I talked a lot about this book, so I've been doing every book of the Wanted series of reviews. I will be putting up the first part of I've got saved to edit yet. I don't feel very well today, I feel really hot and horrible. That's why I probably look quite horrible as well. I just have a bad tummy ache and I feel sick. So I'm kind of down, I feel really hot. Anyway, this is a girl called Jessie who is in the previous book, the 3rd one, which is Faithful, which is the love story of Heather and Josh, and I told you every main couple has another couple that's in the background, and this is the couple that's in the background, so it's Scott and Jessie. Jessie's a girl. She actually, I gave you some background story on her, but I'm not going to tell you this, I'll tell you that in the actual spoilers, so you guys, if you want to watch it, you can. So, and Scott was engaged to this girl called Chelsea, or Chelsea if you want to call her that. They call her Chelsea for short. And she's a complete bitch. She's like the bitches in the previous books where you have Rebecca from Saved, Victoria in the 3rd one, which is Faithful with Josh and Heather. And yeah, so we didn't have one really in the 1st one. It was Jessie was kind of the bitchy one in the 1st one, but she wasn't actually a bitch. It was just she caused a little bit of drama by accident. And you actually find out more about her in the 3rd one actually, about Jessie and Gunter, which is interesting for Ellie, but she gets over it. So basically Jessie's been in love with Scott ever since she can remember. He's had feelings for her, but he doesn't know that she feels the same way, and she doesn't know that she doesn't think he ever cares about her. I don't want to give you the spoilers and tell you who she had sex with for the first time, but she did have sex with someone we know who's a main character, and it was his first time as well. And when she, when she had the orgasm, she screamed out Scott's name, and the guy she lost her virginity to, who I will tell you the name of. I did tell you in the book review previously, and I will tell you in the spoilers video when it's up. He basically asked her about it, and she admitted that she's in love with Scott. And Scott was so afraid of his feelings for Jessie, so he went off and basically got with Chelsea, and they got engaged, but she's really horrible. And we found out that Chelsea ends up, this happens in the previous book before this book starts, so because it's been set up at the end of the book for their couple before it actually happens. We don't see the scene, but Scott tells the guys, the main characters like Jeff and Gunter and Josh and that she told him that she was leaving him for another guy. I can't remember who it was, and she never loved him, so she leaves him. But then she ends up wanting him back, and it's bad. But then he finally, he tries to end up taking Jessie home to have sex with her, and obviously she's loved this guy all this time, she can't bother to wait either, so she wants to go home. They end up going to his house and Chelsea's there, and she ends up saying she wants him back and she regrets it. And Scott makes a mistake of saying, yeah, can you telling Jessie, can she leave to stay outside for a bit so they can talk? And Jessie can't believe that he said that, and Chelsea's like, yeah, can you leave, because they want to talk, and obviously she's gonna have sex with him or something and make it try and get back with him. And Jessie just gets angry and pissed off, which I don't blame her, and she basically says, no, you can drive me home. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She's like, I can't believe that I let him into my heart again when he's hurt her before, because he kissed her years ago and then he went after Chelsea. So she's realising that of course he wouldn't choose me, he's going to choose her over me again. But then he basically tells her that he ended up kicking Chelsea out, and they end up trying to go and do it again. So they end up having sex, and he finds out that he does. They call it oral sex, don't they? That's when you do like blowjobs, hand jobs, and fingering, they call it, whatever. He does that to Jessie, and he finds out that she's never done that before. And I think he said that he's never done that before, so it was a first. And she's only had sex with one person, but he's only had sex with one person. If I recall, he's only had sex with Chelsea because he was with her in high school, and they were together ever since. And he proposed to her. They were together all those years, and yeah. So and she only had sex with the guy she lost her virginity to, which I won't tell you until you get the spoiler version. And I believe he only had sex with Chelsea, and he ends up like thinking, I think this girl's a lot more innocent than I thought she was, because he thinks that she has had sex with more guys. So he was like saying before they got into the house that he was kind of freaking out because he loved this girl so much. He hasn't told her and she hasn't told him, so they still don't know how they feel. But they know they like each other, let's just say that. And he doesn't know how many guys she's been with. He doesn't know if she's been with 10 or 1, or he doesn't know. And he's like, I've only been with one girl, so what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm crap? You know, what if he doesn't pleasure her right, basically. But when they do the deed, he basically ends up asking her, so has it only been so-and-so? I won't tell you his name, who it was. It's someone we know though. And she basically nods and says it is, and he tells her that he's only been with Chelsea and that they really care about each other. So that starts to set up. And then near the end of it, basically her and Scott do end up getting together, and they actually end up becoming a couple. They end up telling each other that they love each other and they want to be together, so they actually become official. And we find out that Scott is planning on asking her to marry him because it's Christmas Eve, something like that. I can't remember when it was. It's like Christmas, they're at a Christmas party. I can't remember if it's like Christmas Eve or 3 days before Christmas or something. And he doesn't get to propose to her because he gets really drunk at the party at where all the guys in that are, and she's there. And I can't remember what happened. She wasn't there. She had to leave somewhere, and she ended up wanting to go and find Scott. I can't remember what happened. Something happened, and I think someone had lost water break. Someone's baby was on the way or something, and she was going home, and she got a text from his phone saying that he was at home waiting for her at his place. And he asked, I think he asked her to move in with him, and she was saying yes. And she got the text, so she's like, I'm going to go to his place then. And she got there and she saw his car, and then she saw another car which is the same car and same colour as Chelsea's got, and she was like, oh god, no. So she goes there, she's saying Scott's name inside the house, she hears moaning, she goes upstairs, she opens the door, she sees Chelsea riding someone in his bed, and Chelsea turns over and smiles at her and goes like, you weren't here to take care of him, so I did it for you, or something like that it was. And she gets really upset and ends up leaving, and she cries and she hears him crying out for her, like she can't see his face because Chelsea's blocking him out of sight, and she can't believe that the man that she loves, Scott, is cheated on her. So she ends up packing her stuff, taking the money that she saved up because she wants to open her own vet. That she does work for one, but she wants to make her own someday. So she takes the money, goes round to, I think it was Amanda and Brad's, and she asks them to drive her to the airport and to not tell anyone for a few days that she hasn't been here. And he says that he can't promise that, and she doesn't know where she's going. And we find out that she ends up going, I think it was, I can't remember what it was, she goes somewhere that isn't the US, she goes to a hot country, I forgot the name of it, and she's going there and she says, I need a drink on the plane, it's going to make me forget a guy. And she ends up basically leaving, and that's how it like leaves off basically. I'm actually adding a bit of the beginning of the actual book of the full form where it starts as well. And we find out that Scott ends up waking up in the barn at the party where they were, and he's lost his phone. And we find out, I don't want to tell you, but we find out something that he finds out that Jessie's gone missing, and he realises why she's left. And I won't tell you if he actually cheated on her or not, but that's kind of what the summary's about. And now I've only got like an hour left. I'm on like chapter 43 5 or something, and there's 49 chapters left. So yeah, it was really good. I have cried in the book because it is emotional. I need to just finish this up because I feel really bad. My tummy aches, it's really uncomfortable, so I can't really focus enough. I'm really sorry guys, but I am uploading some videos today from what I did yesterday, and this will probably be up tomorrow. Yeah, so bye guys, I love you, you're my VIPs, and bye!